need help, guys. There's nothing I can really do. I mean, I was just hit by the truck a couple weeks ago. Physically, I'm okay, but I was afraid to call police because because you're legally required to report that. That's funny. Um, for another, because I was worried about the guy hitting someone else. Guy ran into someone else and just ran off. So, every time I'm going towards the intersection, I turn my phone on to watch everything. But I don't even know if this is working here. I don't even know if it's got the chat on. Maybe the chat's on because I see people in here now. I don't know who to rely on anymore because insurance said, "Oh, it's not helping, so we're gonna cut his hours, so it doesn't help insurance. Therapy doesn't help him, so we'll just take away therapy." Imagine that, all the trouble you have with incels. So many incels going violent, and then here's someone trying to get therapy, get help, and insurance is like, "Oh, this guy's getting help, but it's not helping him. Trying to get help with all the stuff that goes on, all kinds of things." Yet people saying we're get the FBI saying we're the T word. I don't want to say it on the stream, but yes, the FBI saying we're the T word and all this stuff and all that, and we need help and stuff. Well, I'm trying to get help. I'm trying to go to therapy and stuff, but it doesn't happen. It doesn't work immediately. So insurance says, "Oh, not helping immediately. We're gonna take away some of his therapy." So here I am trying to keep myself from hurting myself or others, trying to get help, and the insurance is making it harder to get help. Insurance is making it so I can't get help. So it's like, is Medicaid trying to make it so that there's a problem? I mean, just a couple weeks ago, I got touched inappropriately again by a family member who has a history of touching me inappropriately. I don't even feel safe talking to the police about it. I don't even feel safe filing a police report. I'm worried at this point they're going to say I'm at fault. Or this person is a woman, so they're going to believe her, and she's going to say some lie, and then I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to get in trouble with the police. I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid to report a person who committed possibly sexual assault. It was either sexual assault, which one, but touched me in a way that made me feel very uncomfortable. Way it made me feel dirty, as comics said. And I'm afraid to talk to the police about it, file a police report, because I'm worried this person will. I'm worried this person will lie to the police again. Again, she has a history of doing it, and then I get arrested and I get thrown in jail for something that was completely fabricated. Because I sworn me for something that's completely fabricated, and they don't care what physical evidence there is. Like, "Oh, you're guilty. There's no evidence there is. You're guilty." I try. I can't even go outside and do anything fun really, because now honestly I'm afraid I'm gonna get capped. I'm afraid some officer isn't gonna look at my face and cap me right there. That's why I wore the masks around, because it made people happy. Talk about scaring people. My face scared people far more often than my head. I'm not kidding. My face would scare people more often than that. At least with the mask, if someone got upset, I could walk away, or I could take that mask off. And when I take the mask off, they feel better and they see me in a better light. What am I supposed to do about this? You want to pay for my plastic surgery? You want to pay for this plastic surgery? Go ahead. When I go around, I look down at the ground a lot. I look at the ground. I rarely look up because my face scares random women. Random women look at my eyes and they're hard to get away. It happens even at conventions. Women just see my face and they start freaking out. Oh yeah, be walking towards him. There's just a mask here, a mask there. I'm in a mask, just doing this, looking around, just trying to make sure I don't run into anyone, just doing this, and then crosses eye contact with some random woman out there in the crowd, just passing, just like this, not slowing down at all. She looks at me, makes eye contact with me as I'm passing, not slowing down at all. She goes, she just, like, that happens at every convention. I'm not walking to conventions because even if I don't talk to women, even if I don't say anything to women, even if I don't approach women, some random woman on the other side of the hallway or 20 to 40 feet away sees my face and starts freaking out. That's how ugly I am. I can't even go to a convention. And if you've ever been to a convention, there are a lot of guys who aren't that pretty. A lot of people that aren't exactly models. Yet, with all that going on, and my eyes are showing it all. There's always some woman that gets freaked out because of the sight of me. Doesn't matter how many yards away I am, she sees me, she gets freaked out. Every convention, even security gets freaked out from me being at a convention. No cap. I stay outside. There's a publicly announced convention. It's gone on years before. I get there 2 hours early, right? Which apparently was too early. See, learned that lesson. 2 hours early. Because, I mean, I don't know if you've been to conventions before, but from what I hear, some conventions you can get there 3, 4 hours early and still have some difficulty parking. So here I am 2 hours early. It's like, oh, okay, I'll just hang out. I'm just staying out there in costume for a convention that there are other people gonna be dressed as for there, and I'm just standing there. Yes, I'm standing there, um, and the security comes out and asks me why I'm there 3 times. I'm not kidding. 3 times she comes out and asks me why I'm there when I'm in a costume outside a publicly announced convention that has been going on for years. It's not just those years. I mean, and then not only that, 3 times, and then some other people show up. My phone says, so try talking to them, right? And eventually I get the hint. Well, they don't want to talk to me, so just go off the side, keep standing, just keep standing by myself, doing nothing, just stand there. And again, the security guard comes out and questions me as to why I'm there. So the 3 times you've already questioned me as to why I'm there in costume outside a convention center weren't enough. Now you're singling me out. There's a small group of people. There are 2 other people there. Here I'm standing by myself, and they're out there, and you're separating me from those other people, asking me why I'm there at a convention in a costume when there are 2 other people there too. So you're singling me out now. For the 4th time you're asking me, you're singling me out. And then you get, I don't know, 20, 30 other people grouped up outside the convention. I'm standing there, not talking to anyone. Just standing there. Literally. I'm not talking to anyone again. Standing there. Not a single person I'm talking to. Just standing there. And the a 5th time you come and question me as to why I'm there. A 5th time? This time singling me out of a small crowd. Some who are also in costumes. That's bad. You know, people say I can't choose to get a girlfriend. Have you ever gone to like I have post-traumatic stress disorder. I am diagnosed. Okay, I am diagnosed, heavily medicated, and everything. One of my medications in particular is 2,000 milligrams just for one. So I had anxiety attack, chest pain. It's very common. People with PTSD often have chest pain, anxiety attacks. It's very common. So I went into the hospital to be safe. You know, they put me on EKG, and everything came back normal. Blood work came back normal. It's just a panic attack. So they had leads on me, and they had to, work covered, which made me comfortable, of course, because they had gone to school. Look into that, but so just had leads on me. Of course, I have to stay down on the bed while they're monitoring me on the EKG and nature calls. nature called. It just happened, and then it's like you're on the bed, so obviously I can't get up and just go to the restroom. Just gonna mess up the leads, do all kinds of stuff to the monitor, and so I just page. That's what it is. I page someone. I did a little call. So this came in quickly, and um, no, update. Nurse called or nurse, someone came in and asked, matter of fact, like, is there something you need? I just let them know, I need a little uh urinal thing because they just calling. So, he left, came back shortly after the urinal, did my business, put it aside, came back, there you go. He took it, no problem. Then a second time, nature called again. Nature called, so had to page again. Nurse came in, or somehow, by this time it was a female. She comes in, she looks at my chest, with, you know, at some point, I don't know if she did the first time and so did the same thing, or if she came back with a urinal or not. But at some point, she came in with the urinal, and she is so fixated on me being shirtless, just being shirtless. This is the emergency department. You think ICU is bad? Intensive care unit, the emergency department. Okay, the emergency department is worse. That's where they go get you patched up enough to transfer you to ICU. They have to transfer you and make you safe enough before you go to ICU. So they see stuff missing. They see stuff that's just gone and stuff that is like, yeah, no. They see stuff that I don't even want to. I also, not only can I not say, but I really don't want to think about it. They see that stuff, and she is so shocked by me not having a shirt on. Not having a shirt on, I have leads on, which that happens. Tell me how often. In the EKG, of course, the EKG is fine. So, thanks for the EKG is completely normal. And she didn't even look at the EKG. I just had leads on, which is how routine in the emergency department. She's just so shocked by my not having a shirt on. She's staring so intensely. She's backing up around the private security. She doesn't just turn around and go around. No, she's backing up, staring at my chest, staring at it, backing up. She, as someone who has worked in the emergency department, is who knows what kind of stuff, is so shocked by me not having a shirt on that she forgets to watch where she's walking in the emergency department. That's pretty bad. And then you got the police saying if I wear any kind of special covering that's not required by law, I'm going to jail. Because they believe anything anyone else says. It's like, no, you're male, you're autistic. Doesn't matter what actually happened, doesn't matter about physical evidence. You're guilty. Doesn't matter, you're automatically guilty. And they don't care that my face scares women, that my face literally is called women to flee, that my face has made a customer complain about me opening the door for her while I was in uniform. Seriously, I opened the door for a customer while in the uniform, saying I worked at that restaurant. So obviously I work at that restaurant. I'm opening the door for a customer, and she complains to the manager I'm creepy for opening the door for her. That's pretty ugly. When a customer complains about you opening a door for her, that's ugly. Coworkers that go into hysterics because you stand away from them, not even looking at them. When you've spent so long trying to get away from them, like, they don't like you, so they don't feel comfortable around you, so you go out of your way, you see them, you go somewhere else in the building to do something else, you don't talk to them unless absolutely necessary and work related. And just stay away from them. Don't talk to them. Try to ignore they exist completely as much as you can. Stay away. And then they see you staying 20, 30 feet away, and they go into hysterics. Hysterics. Yelling top of the run. And your general manager sends home because and then he confides in you that you're okay and that he was on the phone telling someone you didn't do shit wrong. He told me he sent her home because he had no idea what to do in that situation. In all the years he's been a manager of that business and at least one other business, right? All those years, he said he was at a loss for words, didn't know what to do because in all his years of management, in all his years in the workplace, he has never encountered anything like that. Honestly, I'd like to at least wear a COVID mask. But that's not required by law, so they might send me to jail for that. That's required by law anymore. I wanted to go outside and do stuff, but you've got female police officers who are trained to look for threats, like serious threats that could cause harm and stuff. They're freaking out and getting hostile because of your face. You've got female officers that are trained to look for threats are getting hostile and aggressive towards you, lunging at you because they don't like the face. I mean, that's pretty scary. Got female officers lunging at you know, like the face. It's pretty scary. So now I'd like to go outside and go to events in town. I'd like to go outside or stuff I'm coming to go to. But I'm afraid to. Because some random officer might draw me because they don't like my face. If they don't like my face, they might draw me. No, it's just microphone's messed up. Some officer might draw me because they don't like my face. Try this there. I don't feel safe going out. I'm supposed to get staff. Oh yeah, I know I'm ugly. I am ugly. I'm supposed to have staff, you know, taking me out places, but I don't get staff anymore because they don't have the staff. They don't have the people. Got people that I had staff sometimes, and then like he had to go to Florida because his parents would get hit by hurricanes. So I'd be going for weeks without staff, no updates, and then I just don't get updates on. Am I getting staff again? No updates. How things are going. I get there were times in the past where I'd have staff just show up and I had no idea they were going to show up. I'd be upstairs sleeping, or just when I was with my parents, I'd be upstairs sleeping or in pajamas watching TV, and it's Saturday morning he shows up, and now I have to deal with my father yelling at me for not being ready. I'm supposed to have staff. I have staff. I have to wait and see if this person who kind of has me on a caseload can call and see if they set something up. When he can, when I did have staff, he constantly had to call for no telephone case. It's just a messed up mic. Try and plug it and see if that helps. I doubt it will. It's a really messed up mic. I'd go to the police up. I'd have staff and I'd try to plan something ahead, and then the day before, like 24 hours before even, he calls and told me he can't see me the next day, so that he can't see the next day because he's been called off the cover for someone else. So I would end up wanting to take my life over that because it was like I just would be pushed off. So if I ever planned on anything, it's like I can't even make sure anything's gonna happen anymore because it might get canceled all of a sudden. Not to mention I'm $5,000 in debt. things happened. Trying to make it. I mean, it's like I don't know much about who I can trust anymore. I mean, I've been in the workplace. I mean, right now in my workplace, they seem to be pretty good. I think to myself a lot. I mean, they're pretty supportive and whatnot. But I've been at workplaces where managers, instead of having other employees get stuff done, do actual work, they would just have those employees teach those employees it's okay to push work onto me, and me having to take care of myself and others. And then everyone's getting mad at me, including management, when I don't do their work. I'm not able to do their work as well as mine when things aren't ready because they rely on me. And like when I worked at a pizza place, yeah, when I worked at a pizza place, they get mad about boxes not being folded when the thing is when there weren't pizzas to make, they just stand around drinking soda, and not doing anything. And I'd start yelling at them, and then I get sent home. And the general manager keeps saying, "I'm going to do something about that. I'm going to do something about it." He never would. He would never would he even. He would never do anything about it. It's in your contract. In your contract, everybody's contract. As an employee, you sign that if you're not busy, you're to fold boxes. Everybody's supposed to fold boxes. Managers even say you're supposed to fold boxes. But people just wanted me to fold the boxes. That's me. If everybody was standing around talking, so if they didn't have rounds, they were standing around talking instead of folding boxes, which is what they were required to do. And then I wasn't there the day before, and there'd be no boxes the next day. And people are throwing a fit game mad at me for there not being any boxes ready because I didn't have them ready on the day I wasn't even there. I wasn't even there. I wasn't even physically there to fold boxes, and they were mad at me for the boxes not being folded, not me for me not folding the boxes on the day I'm not even there. I worked at a Burger King, and you got management encouraging my coworkers to make fun of me for having a disability. You have the assistant manager just you got the assistant manager making fun of you for having a disability. You got the assistant manager flicking water in your face, even though you tell her it hurts due to having autism. She still thinks it's funny to flick water in your face and see you flinch from the pain. You find out why you're not allowed to wear an earpiece due to, it's corporate policy, you have to wear an earpiece. You find out why. Well, you're your manager making fun of your coworkers, making fun of you with your coworkers. You call them out on it. You're like, Kim, give me the headpiece. I would tell the manager, hey, this is going on, this is going on, this is going on. You've got a manager threatening to strangle me. That's the answer. You're trying to get transfer. Oh, I don't think we have a place for you at that place for transfer. Oh, you don't have to worry about that manager threatening to strangle you. I've known their quote since she was born, all this nepotism. We had the assistant manager, we had managers with their subordinates being related, being their kids, being their grandkids, on the same shift as them. They got with stuff on the left and right. There was literally an employee that put poured scalding water on another coworker. Didn't get in trouble for it. That coworker ended up getting blisters from how hot that water was. The employee didn't get in trouble with it because that was the granddaughter of the assistant manager on duty. They wouldn't give me food. If they were food, I'd have to go in the back and get it myself. They wouldn't give me a receipt. A customer standing next to me one time while I was off the clock said, raised an issue about me getting a receipt. I didn't. The manager comes out and starts yelling at me, tearing into me about having the audacity to ask for a receipt for an order. Can't get all this out. You think you think you can go down to events in your own building? Go to the community room to be an event. don't even feel comfortable doing that anymore because I went to a Christmas party one time and they were getting into politics left and right. I wasn't comfortable around them. They're getting into politics. It was already rough because I don't feel comfortable being around my parents too much during Christmas. So I'm around them talking about politics. I don't feel comfortable, so I ended up leaving. And then one of the residents, her plate ended up missing from there. So they decided to blame it on me, saying I took her plate. So not only am I allowed to not do I not feel comfortable being around there, I get blamed for stuff missing by my co-residents. So I'm not even going down there very much. You've got people with doctorate degrees in the education field that are like, oh, I can't even think of how to tell the sentence. You have the right to submit all complaints in writing. You know, for almost 50 years, by law, they have been required to tell every student that. By law, schools have been required for almost 50 years to tell each and every student that they have the right to submit all complaints in writing. And if they don't do that, if they don't tell each and every student that, they are breaking the law. They're breaking the law. So that means the school has been breaking the law for almost 50 years with practically every student that's ever gone through their system. I don't know how many hundreds of thousands, if not millions, at least hundreds of thousands of cases of civil rights violations right there. You got Ernie Bodrab walking away every time you tell him the student's been touching you inappropriately. You got Robinson, Daryl Robinson, threatening you with expulsion for reporting being touching inappropriately repeatedly. You got Rita Turfman, they're ignoring you. You got Sarah Bueller ignoring you, just staring at you when you try to go over them to help her after being sexually assaulted on class or on campus. You've got your teacher abandoning you to die because you can't breathe. She just abandons you out the hallway to die. Instead of even, because you can't breathe, doesn't even help you get to the nurse's office, just leaves you out there to die. Did you know at foreign community schools right now, if you require an inhaler, if you require an emergency inhaler by prescription, you're not allowed to carry it. You're not allowed to carry emergency life-saving equipment that's required. So basically, well, what happens if the kid is in the stall? What happens if the kid is in the stall, huh? Alone, has an asthma attack. No inhaler, kid's dead. And then they don't care to look for who's who, if everyone's gone. So all that happens is when the custodian comes by after school and finds the kid's corpse in the stall because they didn't let the kid have his inhaler. I would go to staff member saying that they're outside making fun of my member. They're outside making fun of my reason to wear pants. Crying, and they're just staring at me. But when I try to come back with the same thing, I get suspended. You know what that taught me? Going to new school taught me it's okay to discriminate against people with disabilities. It says it's okay for people to care about people with disabilities. You can't discriminate against people with disabilities. That's what I learned in school. And it's like school is like, I'm in school, you're bullied, having a disability. They try to help you. No, they make you scrub the toilets for free. They make an elementary student go around the school scrubbing toilets for free because he's being harassed for having a disability. Dr. Faye Robbins lets the teachers gang up on an elementary kid. kind of listeners are talking about there. And like I say, Robin teaches you if you have a disability and are being bullied for it, you have to go around scrubbing toilets as a kid for the school without any compensation during a time you're supposed to have recess. So I have staff to go anywhere to stay with, stick with, with. There was a staff member who was supposed to stick with me. I didn't feel comfortable being at conventions by myself. And I talked to the guy about the staff member about staying with me. He's like, "Oh, I'll stay with you. I'll stay with you." You know, every time he goes somewhere else and I can't find him, so he is never with me to make me feel safe. He's never with me when he says he'll be with me. He just goes wander somewhere else and after. He's like, "Oh, that stuff that happened at the convention, it didn't happen to you." Really? How would you know? You weren't with me, even though you said you would. Even though you said you would be. I don't know what to do anymore. I also am paying attention. You know, I'm just kind of ignoring you, just all kinds of random stuff up. I get a lot of trolls in here, so I'm not trying to feed into you. Yeah, it just looks like, yeah, even the police. No, I'm not gonna turn my camera sideways. People trying to get the police saying, "Oh, we care about kids. We care about kids." Really? Well, did you know that Florida Community Schools has a history of covering up sex crimes? No, I have not. So you know Florida Community Schools has been covering up sex crimes. You know Florida Community Schools has been teaching discrimination. You know Florida Community Schools has been allowing kids to get beat up. You know Florida Community Schools has been doing all this stuff, which is completely dangerous, that they are denying civil rights, that they are denying human rights, that they are constantly breaking a law that encourages the safety of children. You as the police know they're constantly doing this, and yet you let them keep doing that. You let them keep going to school where they're keeping being endangered. They continue to be in a toxic relationship or toxic environment. That is by law child endangerment. So you act like, "Oh, we care about kids," yet you constantly commit child endangerment. And then here I am having PTSD, just waiting to die. Yeah, I kind of did. I kind of did just starve myself, actually. Losing weight, I did kind of pretty much starve myself or something. I did pretty much just starve myself. You got the police trying to. Police run kids. You end up like me out here, like me. Plus my stress disorder stuff. So I die. No, it's just being cooped up all the time, not being able to feel safe outside. So like I don't have staff to really get around much. Now I'm going to have to rely on transportation from someone who has touched me inappropriately tomorrow because I can't get staff to help me go anywhere. Just want some help. You want to be able to trust people. I work for a place that's just to help the folks empowered people with disabilities, and then my coworkers are making fun of me for having a disability. I'd go to Lloyd Jones left and right. Other people going to Lloyd Jones left and right. My BC was going to Lloyd Jones left and right, and he made it clear he was taking the side of people who were making fun of me for having a disability, and that he was upset when I told him off. He was saying that if I kept telling him off, if I kept saying, "Hey, stop making fun of me for having a disability," that he was going to punish me. He was. This is a place that's supposed to disabilities, and he's going to punish me for telling my coworkers to stop making fun of me for having a disability. Fine. Sorry. I'm gonna have to watch that happen and everything. But constantly betrayed by people I trust. I mean, I feel better now. I feel a little better now that I got this out, but I don't know. Everything's for listening, guys. I need to get that out to someone. I don't really know how much about who I can turn to for help anymore. But, well, thanks for listening. I feel a lot better, guys. I feel better. It's much better now. Thanks. Yeah. Even when I get back to stay in my apartment. Bye.